Welcome to Tri-Cities Mixtape. We are DEATHNUT, and this is our self-titled track, DEATHNUT, from our self-titled album, DEATHNUT. Keep rushing with it, get your shit like bitch. Fuck all of you. You waste your lawn fucking with a DEATHNUT. We'll kick your ass and break your face. We'll make you look like a disgrace. So watch your mouth and watch your back. What enemy will attack? You're scared of me. We'll close your eyes, believe your lies. Step out of line, offend you on your last ride. Understand, every person has to try. So now decide if I will be the reason why. Bloodshed, murder and death, massacre. DEATHNUT cannot be solved, will kill the will. Without a doubt, play it off like a flash. Fingers on the button, ready to watch them fucking yeah. From us, realize we have strength beyond strength. Fuck yeah. But motherfucker, keep rushing with it, get your shit like bitch. Fuck all of you. Taking over the fucking world. Fuck you. You waste your bread and play too long. Your time is up. We got to let the fucking rock. Blood bitch. Thought your shit didn't stink. Well, dude, now the throne belongs to me. Belongs to me. Belongs to me.
Hey, this is Roy from DEATHNUT, and you're listening to
Double Barrel Problem Solver
on the Tri-Cities Mixtape.
What the fuck's wrong with me? We put the barrel to my head. One night I better off dead. One night I'm out my head. All of you inside my head are telling me that I am safe. Turn out of my way, or you will suffer when I fucking break them all.
Hey, this is Tyler from DEATHNUT. You're listening to No More on the Tri-Cities Mixtape.
Hey yo, fuck these gas prices! Every single day, every way, getting in my face, out of place, tell me what you wanna say. It doesn't matter what we wanna feel, there's a tale, get a rail, tell me what you wanna say. But then it really doesn't matter what they say, cause they say that the power's in their hands. And then they say that the truth is the power, but the power is a goddamn lie. Oh, it's a fucking lie. They always want more, but it's never enough. No, it's never enough. It's never enough. It's like a weight over my head. I'm sick of it. No more rights. No more rights. No more lies. No more. No more rights. No more rights. No more lies. No more.
Welcome to the Tri-Cities Mixtape. My name is Miguel Ortiz. Today I have a local hardcore... You know, it's funny, I never asked bands what genre they are because I always fucking hated that question. But we'll get into all that. But welcome to the show today, DEATHNUT. Woo! All right, so from left to right, tell me your name and your role in the band.
Hi, I'm Roy. I play lead guitar in DEATHNUT.
All right.
My name is Garrett, and I am the vocalist of DEATHNUT.
Right on.
My name is Blake, and I'm the second best guitarist in DEATHNUT.
Oh, and let me guess. Drummer? No. Wait, somebody's not here. Bassist.
The bassist isn't here.
Okay, you're the drummer.
I'm Tyler, and I'm the drummer of DEATHNUT.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your thunder, but okay, who's not here tonight?
It's Devin.
Our bassist, Devin.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's all right. He's got real bass player energy by not being here.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Very on brand. Anyway, yeah, I do want to thank y'all for coming. Y'all have been very patient. If anybody follows us on Instagram, you'll see who won the big Mario Kart battle. But yeah, I do want to welcome y'all to the show. And hold on, the winner of the battle did want to claim his moment here.
I want to tell Roy to roll up. I'll rematch you anytime, dude.
All right. Yeah.
Is this like
See.
a guitar player dynamic? You know, you
Little
get
bit.
very,
Only
always
a little
competitive.
bit, yeah.
Little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right. So also from left to right, let's just a quick how you got started in music and how that led you to DEATHNUT.
Cool. Yeah. I'm born and raised here in Tri-Cities. I grew up in Kennewick, so I ran into a lot of friends that started playing guitar in middle school and high school, and start getting interested in live bands. And Ray's was the place.
Right.
And so bands like Zon, Mortal Remains, Ashyless, The Drip, people like that got me into music, made me want to start playing stuff. So
What was
I
your first instrument?
guitar,
Okay.
8th grade.
Yeah. Is it your only instrument or?
That's the only thing I play. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And got my first one, and now I have 27 guitars.
Okay. You
And,
can only play one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but different tunings, feel, look,
Yeah.
So, and then been in a couple bands, met this guy, yeah. Rest is history.
That guy being Blake.
Blake.
Yeah.
Other-
Blake, the other guitar player. I just totally forgot. You asked what got me into playing music. My dad used to, just trips with my dad, always hearing the radio, hearing Jimi Hendrix, hearing country, hearing guitar, all that.
Yeah.
Slowly got into like AC/DC, Metallica, all into that. The snowball effect. You start getting heavier, you start getting louder,
Yeah.
and you got into like the metalcore, hardcore stuff.
Okay.
Metal's really my thing, but I love all music, and that's what led me to wanting to start playing guitar and being a live band.
Next up.
Yeah, this is Garrett here. Man, I don't know. I didn't think I'd end up doing the whole band thing. Originally, I wanted to be like a pro wrestler.
Oh shit.
But what's
Okay.
interesting is we had played a talent show, and a band called Silver Dollar Circus actually liked us so much. I was actually playing it with Tyler back in the day, and they said, "You guys should start a band." And I was like, "Okay, man." Well, we ended up starting a dad rock band, and I mean, we got a few years in there, and it was fun and stuff. But after that, I kind of just got the itch, and I just really got into it. Tyler's the one that introduced me to Pantera and a lot of the heavier bands. Before that, I listened to like Metallica and stuff, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
liked rock, but I wasn't really like a metalhead yet. And then I give a lot of that credit to Tyler and the dudes in the previous bands. But ever since then, I've just been doing project after project, and then got with these dudes, and I've known these dudes for a long time because they've been working hard and doing stuff in the music scene a lot. So it just made sense. We got together, and bam, this works out. And now I can't picture myself not doing this, honestly.
Right. How long have you been a vocalist, lyricist, singer? I don't know if you know
So I typically.
how you want to classify.
I call myself a vocalist or a frontman. I don't
Yeah.
like to call myself a singer because there's so many better singers than me. I can sing with Tyler. I love singing with Tyler.
Right.
But by myself, I don't know. I was in choir. I did theater and stuff like that. Hence the talent show thing. I was like, let's do the band thing. Let's do Rock You Like a Hurricane, man. Everybody was like too scared to be the frontman, and I didn't think I was the best singer, but I was still in choir and did that stuff. So
Right.
they put me as the frontman, and then after that, we started the band, and it just kind of always worked that way,
You
where
were
it's
the least
like.
bothered by being the front man at the time,
Yeah.
so you're the front.
And for a while, I tried the singing thing, and it turned into like some hokey, like I said, dad rock, Fako, Metallica thing. But eventually, like, I
was
listened
awesome.
to Lamb. Stop.
Stays in character.
It was
That's it.
awesome,
He will
dude.
sell it. Bomb.
Even
or
if it's
kill.
I'll commit to it. But like I said, Tyler introduced me to Pantera and like Lamb of God and stuff like that, and so those are the bands that I really like got into. And I was like, well, I don't really do the singing thing. Let me try the screaming thing. And then I started getting a little bit better at it, and it
Right.
started catching on. And now this is just it.
Do you write the lyrics for the band?
I do. I've had some help.
How long have you been a writer?
Oh man, I've
How
been
long-
writing since I was in high school, just poetry and stuff like that.
Right.
Things on the wall, like I feel this way today.
Right on. Yeah.
But I write a lot of the lyrics, and a lot of it's like personal stuff, like how I feel or outlook in society, politics, this and that. I try not to get too specific, but it all comes from a real place, and they've helped me because the one biggest thing is I want our lyrics to really represent everyone as a whole.
Right.
And so I try to get everybody's like mindset and opinion on that too. I'm really big on that, the shared aspect. Yeah. But I write the lyrics, I do vocals. Tyler has done vocals in the past for some live shows and stuff. He, like I said, sings with me, so I've worked with him, and I've worked with Roy specifically on DEATHNUT, those lyrics. So
moving on, Blake. What's your villain origin story?
Oh man, okay. So yeah, I was 6 years old at a family gathering, and my uncle had a guitar there. And I was just like obsessed with it. I was kind of just playing around with it all night. And then it like came time to go home, like my parents were gonna take me home, and my uncle still saw me playing it, like playing with it on the floor. Then he's like, "Man, you really like that thing, huh? You can have it."
Oh, nice.
And it was crazy. And so that's one stroke of luck. And then number two is like my mom knew how to play guitar when she was growing up, a teenager and in her 20s and stuff.
So she could keep it in tune for you?
That, and yeah, and she taught me, like, Smells Like Teen Spirit was the first song I learned. My mom taught me that when I was like, you know, really young.
I'm pretty sure that's like, I feel like for a certain generation, it's like one of the first things everybody learns on the guitar.
Yeah.
Or people who don't know how to play guitar know how to play that. That's the only thing they can play on guitar.
Yeah. Well, she was like, "This is a power chord," you know. And then I don't know. I grew up in Seattle, so it just makes sense anyway that it was Nirvana, you know. Yeah. But well, not like Seattle directly, but Seattle area, yeah. But yeah, so I played guitar for a while, and then I didn't play guitar for a while, and then I, you know, on and off. And then when I was like, I think 17, I started playing drums. Always really liked drums more. Kind of always just been into like music my whole life in general. Gradually got into metal. Like my dad and mom listened to like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. Got me into that, and then like made friends in that area, and then kind of got into heavier stuff just with friends and exploring, you know, metal. But yeah, then I played drums for a long time. I moved out here to Tri-Cities for a girl, and it didn't work out, of course. But I met this guy, Roy. So funny story. I was in a band back at home, and then I moved out here, and I was looking for a new band to join as a drummer. And any drummers listening know, like, it's really easy to find a band as a drummer. The problem is, like, I didn't know anybody out here. So I actually posted on Craigslist, drummer looking for a metal band, and a mutual friend of mine and Roy's, his name is Nick. He found me on Craigslist. He had met Roy like the day prior at Guitar Center. Yeah.
At Ted Brown.
At Ted Brown. They were just like playing Parkway Drive or something. Yeah. So like weird alignment in Craigslist and meeting up and we started a band. We were like 18. We were making metalcore for a long time. What was that band called? First band was called From Dusk to Dawn. Okay. And yeah, we wrote like 4 or 5 songs.
Still online? Is there a digital footprint?
Reverb Nation
pages
on YouTube.
I got there's evidence.
It's called No Bush.
Yeah.
Get them views.
Awful. It's awful.
Let's look it up.
Should we add it to the playlist in this show?
No.
Dude, please.
It's ancient lore.
You guys want to cover it?
Cover
it acoustic.
Yeah.
We could.
And
Dude, that'd be
Rose.
sick.
That would be sick.
Hostile Approach. Get it all, dude.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, but so yeah, that was a band for a while. Then I moved back. And then I was in a different band, and then Roy, we were in another band called To Burn a Rose for a while. We actually made an album, released a few songs, but we weren't really proud of what we made, so we didn't release the whole thing. But that was more metalcore, kind of like Parkway Drive style.
That's where you transitioned to guitar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's also, I was living in an apartment at the time, so I couldn't practice drums. But fortunately, Nick, that guy I brought up earlier that I met on Craigslist, he was the guitarist in the band and I was the drummer, but he was also really good at drums. So he and I just traded places.
Exactly. Nice.
And he got on the drums, and I learned all of our songs on guitar all over again. And that kind of got me, like, reignited me into guitar, I guess, was doing that. So yeah, that was a decade ago. It's been, life happened, and then Roy and I reconnected like 5 years ago now. Yeah. We just kind of started messing around writing music, and that kind of brought us, to what eventually became DEATHNUT, was me and Roy messing around in my home office, just writing music. So,
hi, I'm Tyler. I'm the drummer for DEATHNUT, and my musical journey kind of pretty much started right out of the womb.
Okay.
I pretty much came out of the womb with drumsticks.
Okay.
And
damn, that must have hurt.
So, like, my dad, when I was born, he would rock me to sleep to vulgar display of power.
Okay.
And plus, he'd sit me on his lap in his drum kit, so I'd have the sticks in my hand as an infant, just going, whacking him in the face while I'm trying to hit the drums.
Yeah.
Transition to me being in 3rd grade, I started doing percussion and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So I was always in percussion classes in school. And then
I was just thinking DEATHNUT needs some more conga.
right?
Oh, it could use it.
I got a cowbell I can mount on my drum kit.
We were speaking of evolution, and I think that might be the key.
That might be the move.
Oh, you guys just heard the moment that I ruined DEATHNUT. Thank you. Glad we have it documented.
My drum kit needs to get bigger. We'll add more stuff to it.
Oh my God, how big's your kit?
It is a
Too big.
5,
Massive.
7, 8 piece.
Okay.
It's an 8-piece kit, 2 bass drums, 5 toms, and a snare with 11 or 12 cymbals
Oh, okay.
On a rack.
on a rack.
All right.
It has made some venues go, oh my.
Yeah.
Like it's
And then they
huge.
see him use it all.
But with those racks, yeah, you can clip a whole bunch of shit. too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like chimes and, like you said, the cowbell.
There's only one piece, one cymbal that's not attached to the rack, and it's my other China cymbal.
Okay.
It's on its own stand because it doesn't fit on the rack at the moment.
Right.
So going from playing percussion, transition to quite a few years later, 7th grade, my dad gets me my own drum kit.
Nice.
And I put that up in the garage at the house, and I just start beating them like they owe me money, and I still do to this day.
Right.
And my love for drums just started when I was watching my dad play when I was younger, and it just kept progressing further from there. And then in high school, basically right after high school, is pretty much when I started hanging out with Garrett, and we formed a band. When I turned 18, my dad gave me his drum kit.
What was the name of that band? Do you remember?
The first one was Zero Velocity. It transitioned after member changes to Hostile Approach. The span was like 4 or 5 years long.
And it went
Something
nowhere.
like that. And what's funny is it did not really go that far.
Almost played the nitty.
good though.
Dude,
So you say.
no.
So you say it
You
was
can
good.
look it up still. It's not good.
Who knows the truth when the truth to society. Finish, develop. All my life is a lost and sour. Merciless denial. The supplier of divided unity. Liar, develop. A culture for a poor return. A song about the cause. The power no remorse. The sound never shrinks and rugged enemy violence to want to punish us. With life so fair, then what's the deal with this place? We won't stay there. When a time swings the devil in your face. Waste God. Waste God. Waste God. Waste God. We try to fight condemnation. Isolation, desperation. We try to fight desperation, condemnation, disassociation, isolation.
Roy had approached me kind of like at the end of Avengers, like I'm assembling a team. He found me at my lowest, and he's like extending a hand, like, let me lift you. Let me take you to better places.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right, so I guess we kind of pretty much through that have told the origin story of DEATHNUT.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So officially, how long has DEATHNUT been a band?
DEATHNUT has been a band for 2 years solid that I can remember. 3 that we had all the members, but like an active band, like making the moves we're doing now, 2 years.
And we just started playing shows last.
Our first show was June
15th.
Yeah.
last
Last
year
year.
at the Emerald
so coming up on a
Asylum.
year. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into that. What do you guys remember of your first show as DEATHNUT?
Oh, sold out with Dickie Rossetti, Top Tommy, Xenoplasm.
What was the venue?
The Emerald Asylum in
Oh,
Richmond.
nice.
Yeah, Uptown.
Dude, thank you,
Dara.
Dara.
Dara is
Yeah,
awesome.
Love the Emerald.
Dara is the best, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show. All of our friends, our family, even people from where Blake is from, Tacoma, came down to the show. Good turnout.
The windows were shaking, dude. It was such a
We,
cool vibe,
we were
bro.
shaking. We were so nervous because we
So
closed the night
nervous.
and every band was good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So
Were you guys opener? Or?
no, we're the closer.
We were the
It was our
closer.
show. It was our
I know.
debut show.
Oh,
Dickie Rossetti opened, and it was crazy because we had seen videos of them, and they're wild dudes. It's like bulk male Dickie Rossetti. I highly recommend you go check them out because they're funny, they're energetic, and they opened it up, and it just set the tone. Everyone was in a good mood. Everything was great.
Hell
The
yeah.
in-between acts like Top Tommy and then Xenoplasm. You couldn't have asked for a better night.
And then
Oh,
this
yeah.
red carpet rolled out, and I saw leather pants and a ponytail and a green Kramer, and his name is Top Tommy.
Top
Top
man,
Tommy.
that guy's
And he
shred.
slayed.
Shout out.
Yeah.
He did great.
That
And
guy-
then
yeah.
we had another band called Xenoplasm from Spokane. Instrumental, metal,
Great guys.
Dope.
fusion, everything.
It's an
They are
experience.
experimental, and it's beautiful. And they were a great co-headliner.
I got to tell you, I have friends in the Tacoma area that became friends with the guys in Xenoplasm, and they're still friends. Like, the guys in Xenoplasm are cool dudes.
Absolutely.
And like even my friends are like, yeah.
And it was
those
such a
guys are
good
great.
night. Everyone stayed for every band.
Yeah.
Great night.
Was it an all-ages show?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I
Sold
think-
out, man. Like
Hell
official.
yeah.
Sold out. It was beautiful.
Damn. So were you guys pretty spoiled by that to where like a month later when you're playing at some shitty bar with only the other bands and their girlfriends and the bar staff?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely thankful and grateful that we got the experience and
Yeah.
the turnout. And then the great bands, you know.
Yeah.
You don't ever get all three in one night. You don't get the turnout, a good venue,
Okay, so you've learned
and the
since
band.
then how special that night.
Oh
is.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we've been in other projects and we've worked in other things before, and we've
Oh, you're
braced
right.
ourselves for the idea that hey, this is the first show. You're gonna get the biggest pull, your family, friends, everyone. And I am still, like Roy said, thankful and grateful because almost most of our turnouts have been great. I think we had one night where it was like okay, but you got to look positively on that because every experience to play and to showcase yourself is honestly, I mean, it's an opportunity.
Hell yeah.
Well, and that one was also a last minute.
It was.
We weren't even supposed to be on that bill, so
Oh, shit.
we didn't promote for that show. We didn't do anything for that show other than just show up.
Yeah,
That-
because we're
and
big
that-
on promotion.
And that
sorry.
show almost got canceled.
Oh really?
Yeah. I got in a really bad accident.
Oh damn.
And I got approached by Garrett saying I was pretty banged up. I wrecked a truck.
Yeah.
Concussion, the whole thing, blown out back, shoulder, everything. And we were like 3 weeks out from the show,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like bad. And he's like, we can turn it down. I'm like, nope, show goes on, man. And we played that show. We played every show since.
Yeah,
Been
he-
active. We pushed through.
How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I mean, my neck's sore from last night, but we're doing great.
Yeah.
Nah, man, Roy's
that-
a trooper.
And that show had to happen because a lot of people that come to our shows now were at that show.
Yeah.
And so it was very important. Very important for all of us.
Where did the name come from? Let's get into that.
Oh, Death
Or
Nut.
is it just something that sounded cool and looked great when you wrote it down? So like, fuck yeah.
So
Blake.
It was
Blake had a pack of these really, really, really hot, spicy peanuts that are called Death Nuts.
Okay.
And it sits on his shelf because we're still cowards and we don't want to try them.
Yeah, we're still scared.
But we have this really bad habit when we're in the zone of writing songs. We like look around the room and we see like Liquid Death. We'll name a song Liquid Death.
Okay.
We've seen the Death Nuts. We named a project Death Nut. And we got really comfortable saying it and it just kept coming back. And we looked at each other one day. We're like, hey, man, Death Nut? And he's like, yeah, Death Nut.
Yeah.
I was
And-
looking what to name the folder on my computer for where we were going to put the songs we were writing.
Yep.
And I was like, what do I name it? And then we looked around, it's like, just put Death Nut for now.
Yep.
And then we like couldn't let it go.
no,
So-
because it's funny, but it's also kind of hard because it's like you can spin that in so many ways. You want it to be funny, you want it to be serious, like, oh, is it a risk taker, a daredevil, dude that's not scared of death, or the obvious jokes that you can think of. But I kind of like the vagueness there. And honestly, when we just did the logo, we were like, that's hard.
well, and it started as a joke, and then we just kept getting more comfortable and comfortable with it, like Roy said. And then it just stuck. We're like, no, we're Death Nut.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, was the one word, because so many bands have like titles or phrases, which is cool, no disrespect, but we were like something simple, something easy to chew on.
Right. I still want a band name as like a run-on sentence. I thought of doing like a pop punk band called Grown Men with Ponytails, and I would just make fun of we just like make fun of boomers and just other shit like that, you know. And nobody in the band would be a grown man with a ponytail, you know.
Irony, dude.
Yeah, I still want to start like a punk band called Urinal Cake. With
Oh,
the
right,
guys. I think it'd be sick, dude. Yeah, I can't get over that name.
I'd go hipster with it. I'd be the Urinal Cakes. So yeah. So I guess what are I've heard Pantera, Metallica, some of the the regular diet any young kid listening to hard heavy music gets into. But specifically, what would you say influenced this first album, the writing, the creation of it? What was was there any master plan or idea, or these are just the first batch of songs you guys made when you started pounding shit out in the garage?
A lot of my drumming influence comes from Slayer, Pantera, Lamb of God, a little bit of Spite, but I don't know. I like groovy beats.
Wait, there's a band called Spite?
Yeah.
Well, which I mean, I'm sure they're hardcore
they're
or whatever. Because
heavy.
to have such a name that's like, because there's like so many words that's like, I fucking hate you, hate breed. Spite seems a little petty, like I'm spiteful. So like, if you have a name that's not that hard, you have to be heavy as fuck. You know,
And
like the big tough guy.
Dude, Spite
Like the big tough guy who calls himself Tiny.
Right.
Spite is a humongous.
Yeah.
influence on this
No
band.
disrespect to Spite. Don't come for me.
No, yeah.
So our influence for this album, like I'm a hardcore guy, metal guy. Like again, I already mentioned the local scene.
Right.
I've really been in love with the hardcore music, but the problem with hardcore is it's really melodic and slow. A lot of things, and we wanted to come out of the gate swinging.
Right.
So the first song we actually wrote was Killer Ape Theory, and I like Attila, Parkway Drive, those core bands and stuff, but didn't want to use that traditional format, and so we made our own sound, started throwing around some riffs in a weird order, and we're like, oh, this sounds cool. Sounds rad. It has a lot of high energy, but it slams, And,
I think when we came together and it was just you and me, Roy, like I think the key for us was like we stopped trying to sound like anything in particular, like any genre. We just stopped caring, and we wanted to like play what sounded good.
Exactly.
And that's kind of cliche, but like in our past bands, like we wanted to write hardcore music.
we wanted to sound
write,
like this band.
sound like our heroes, August Burns Red, Parkway Drive. And this time around, it was just like I want to play what I like.
Yeah. Less pretentious.
Yeah, and then whatever it ends up being is what it ends up being, and that's kind of what it is. Like Roy was saying, for him, like Spite, more hardcore type influence. Attila, they kind of ring through.
I have
some of our,
on my lead guitar playing. I have a huge influence from like '80s bands, and Metallica, of course.
Avenged Sevenfold.
Kirk Hammett, Avenged Sevenfold.
There we go. You didn't mention them. I was like, come on now.
Yeah, I'm a big blues guy too, so my lead playing was going to be really versatile, and we needed something that was going to feed the dark side and the fun side.
Yeah.
So we made a good mix. And
yeah, because for me, I like the thrashier stuff. Death is my biggest, like my favorite band, and so like that's kind of what the hardcore and the thrashiness is like, kind of that blend from
the high energy and the slam.
Yeah.
And then you get the groove of the bass, and from Tyler with his, beats and flow and stuff. And I like to layer on top of that. And I don't like words to feel so much as a chant or so much of like I'm just yelling it to. I try to fit it in and treat the vocals as an instrument. So really, like when we came together, we had all these different influences, and we knew that we didn't want to be just one thing, and we couldn't agree on what genre we were and what we were doing. And so like, some of the songs sound thrashier, some of the songs are heavier, some of the songs are this, and some songs don't even have a chorus. Like some songs just go off on a tangent, then there's breakdowns. Like we just wanted to do whatever we wanted to do.
Right.
We're a giant melting pot of different backgrounds of music. Like I'm very much a metalcore, groove metal drummer, and gent drummer. So I'm all over the place.
No, that means you're gentle, or you're a gentleman on the drummers, right?
No.
No, that's not what that means?
No.
Okay,
I am
my
a
bad.
gentleman, but
You said you beat the drums like they owe you money.
yes, I do.
Does not sound gentle.
No.
They cut off your drum. They pulled your red back and make you suffer a loss. Knowing pain that always stays in town. What did it cost? Everything and anything is so much more. What is Strike when we draw near. Ready or not, 6 feet down and we'll lie. Rest in peace, you bitch. Fuck your authority. I refuse to fall in line. Fatal choice to fall behind, but I'm not sure when you're not mine. What to take to say? 10 days to sit well with me. What time to rest? Make and make, and rest and rest. Rest and rest. They never met it, they only said it. The mind breaks with mind games, fucking A. You're too well to walk the line. Take sides or rest and no border in the back. They talk what's ours, and now we're alone. It's just lost. Truly knowing that life has far too much. Steadfastness. Talk on the damage, though it wasn't near enough. Consistent more of it, I lose and I give up. This wave of iron, it is what shall I Which never happened and never will. The anguish of menace and we pays the bill. Time and time again, it's all the same, my friend. Give yourself help before it ends. Get real, the devil is mad. Everything dictated, might as well let God.
We're gonna go to the Dream Show.
Okay.
We can whatever venue. Obviously, the biggest venue here. I don't know how great it is for music. Is the Toyota Center. But if you guys have a favorite venue or whatever, Madison Square Garden, some weird club, fucking Capitol Theater, wherever. So 3-band bill. You guys are gonna be the opener, and any band or artist from all time, dead or alive, can be your middler and your closer.
We each get one?
No, it's a 3-band bill.
It's 3.
And you guys are the opener. So you guys get to play the show and either hang out backstage with the other bands or get the best seats in the house and watch the show. So first off, what's your venue? Who's the middler? Who's the closer? And you guys can argue amongst yourselves.
So we have
argue
to
on
decide
microphone.
together.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
As much as you can. Most of these things just turn into everybody names 8 different bands and nobody decides, and we just tell the audience, the listeners, to fucking decide then.
I don't know if y'all have ever been there, but Red Rocks, Colorado. It's like the Gorge, but smaller, a little bit more intimate. The acoustics are awesome. That is one of the coolest venues for playing outside.
You guys have any other preferred venues?
My dream for myself is to play at Dodger Stadium because my favorite band, Kiss, played there multiple times.
There we go.
And even Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias has done his comedy special there.
Yeah.
Dodger Stadium, and I'm a Dodgers fan.
Okay, gotcha.
Man, dream-wise, I think it would be the coolest thing to play in like Madison Square Garden.
Right.
Something that historic that's held so many shows, sporting events, that, just, my God.
Right.
Something like that would be cool.
All right. Cards on the table. I would play at the Rock House in Tacoma.
Oh, okay.
Yes!
All right, let's change it.
With Pantera and Death.
Oh my God.
And as many people as would fit on that property.
Oh, man. Okay, so we picked our venue. We're playing at the Rock House.
We're playing at the Rock House.
Okay,
We're playing at the Rock House.
Wait, but what is this like? What's the capacity there, if you know?
It's
As
not
many
in
as you can
Tacoma.
fit.
Where's it at?
What?
As many as you can fit.
It's in Midland, technically, I think.
Midland,
which is
Washington.
east of Tacoma. It is like a couple acre property. It is like outdoor deck as the stage.
Oh, dope.
We played at my buddy's birthday. And just had an unbelievable time. There were actually like a lot of people there. It was just like a crazy outdoor house show in the middle of the summer.
The best time.
Beer garden,
And it was
everything.
they have
Okay.
this crazy beer garden with like all
Maze.
these like Mad Max type decorations.
All right, so we got the venue and we got your choices for middler and closer.
yeah.
What do you guys think? Who are you guys'
He said Death and Pantera. I'm not gonna argue.
I would say Pantera and Spite, but that's just
Can we
me.
add another band?
So we're playing at the Rock House. DEATHNUT opens. Pantera is the middle, and Metallica closes.
Ooh.
Oh,
And then drinks on the house.
From Lars, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
from Lars.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that money he got from
Downloading
suing
some
people.
drinks. Yeah.
So DEATHNUT
Buying
opens. Pantera middle. Metallica closes. That sounds solid.
That would be.
At the Rock House?
I'm about to cry.
Yeah.
Too bad
All
it's
right.
just a dream.
I might only have one thing to switch that up.
What?
Have Pantera close.
If Dime was alive, yeah.
If you said
Well,
you
yeah,
said
yeah,
from
yeah,
any
yeah.
time.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Dime
so,
is
yeah,
still
so-
alive,
Dude, yeah.
So you want
okay.
3 hours of Metallica
Vinny.
and 1 hour of Pantera?
Well, people
Or
are
do you
going to be
want 1
tired
hour
after
of Pantera and
I
3
mean,
hours
you
of
guys want to
Metallica?
control their set too?
No.
Oh, well, no.
That's just what they're
3
gonna
hours
do.
of Pantera.
I wouldn't dare.
Are you kidding me? 3 hours of Pantera? Sign me up.
Phil can't.
Vinny and Dime are still alive? Sign me up.
Phil can't.
You're not wrong, but bro, he's a legend.
Okay, so
Gotta
did we
have
decide it?
soul.
Is there a consensus?
Is it
I think so.
the Rock House, DEATHNUT, Pantera, and Metallica?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. The Rock House is still my favorite show we ever did.
Absolutely love the Rock House.
We should go there again.
Shout out to Aaron.
I appreciate that. Great dream show. I'm sure it would sell out. Or that place would be swamped. But all right.
I could die after we did that.
Yeah, all right. Please don't. So before the show, I had all the members of DEATHNUT here, minus the bass player. Also, does anybody know his origin story?
Devin is a very
Mysterious individual.
no.
He's
not
a tough
mysterious.
nut to crack.
No, Devin's a great guy. Devin will tell you how it is. He's straight to the point, dependable, reliable, has a lot of knowledge in a lot of the way we run our live gear. Man, he's the muscle when we're moving the gear too.
Yep.
He's the bass guy. He plays guitar as well. But in every band that Tyler and Garrett have been in, Devin has been the bass player and guitar player.
All right, we should have had him text in some, but maybe he wouldn't have participated.
Oh man,
Guilty push.
But
All right.
he's a great guy.
All right, so we're gonna play a game here, and y'all listening can also play along. We're gonna guess which member of DEATHNUT chose these songs as their guilty pleasure, and I will do my best to make it seem random. And I also want, if it is you, try not to be obvious. You know, like if it is you, guess somebody else to throw people off. And yeah, we're gonna see how well you guys know each other and what sort of embarrassing tastes in music y'all have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm ready.
who chose the song "Country Roads Take Me Home" by John Denver? I'm assuming that's the
That's
version.
Blake.
That's all Roy.
That's
dude.
Blake.
Roy.
That's
That's
Blake.
Roy all day.
I'm going to say that's Roy.
That's Blake.
Raw.
Well, all right,
that's
we
Blake.
got to vote for 2 votes, 1 vote for Blake, 3 votes for Roy.
That's Blake. Do you
Is
have
it
to
really
make-
Blake?
Country Roads Take Me Home.
It was really
It was Blake. All
Yeah.
right, all right. Next one we got. Who chose the song "Unholy" by Sam Smith?
That's Tyler.
I think that's Garrett.
Tyler.
That's Tyler. Tyler has the range for it. And I
guess
know that's
I would
Tyler.
guess whoever's been on TikTok the most would have picked this song.
Wait,
Tyler.
It's on TikTok?
Tyler has the range. No one else can hit that note.
No, yeah, it's Tyler.
It is me.
Okay.
I've heard him sing it before.
Oh, okay. Giving himself away.
Too much karaoke, buddy.
All right. Who chose the song "Helena" by My Chemical Romance?
That's Garrett.
Garrett all day.
That's Garrett.
I would say Garrett.
Did you pick that one?
Nope.
No,
it's not
that's
me.
also Blake.
Well, it's also right behind.
Oh,
it was just
yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
You couldn't think of one. You're like, "Ugh."
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost put Ghost of You, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Who
a good
chose the song, and this is a fucking banger, by the Canadian princess Avril Lavigne, "I'm With You"?
Oh, that's Blake.
Is that a Blake?
Garrett.
That's Blake.
No,
That's
that's Roy.
Blake.
That's
That's
Roy.
Blake.
That's
See,
Roy
he's
all day.
blushing.
I know that's Roy.
Roy is
I know
Blake
that's
is
Roy. I
blushing
know for
so
a fact
bad.
That's Roy.
That was
I only have one
I
left.
don't know
You
who
gotta-
this
you
is. It's
that was Blake.
gotta-
No, that was me. That was me.
Is
That was
you?
Roy. That was me.
Oh, is Roy?
You're Avril Lavigne? I thought
Yep.
You were.
I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know who.
All right.
I knew that.
Okay. This is also an all-time banger, but I was born in the 80s, so I love this. If I Could Turn Back Time by Cher.
That's Garrett.
That's gotta be
that's-
Garrett.
That's an easy Garrett.
That's Garrett. Because he sings it.
That was
I love Cher, dude.
Is that really a guilty pleasure though? When you sing that quite a bit?
Most
Yes,
people I
like
tell
I
that
said,
to, they're like, "What?" And I was
Guilty
like, "Dude,
pleasures
Cher is
are your
queen, dude."
go-tos that you turn down when you pull up.
right. Yes, that was
Okay.
Garrett.
Yeah.
All right. Who chose the song "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus?
That's
Roy.
Garrett.
Blake.
That's come on, guys. That's Roy. All
Blake, you
day.
literally
Me.
pulled
That's
You
Garrett.
guys
like
not
that.
know Roy.
Garrett.
Is it really Roy? Well, now
Come
you're
on,
saying
dude.
straight face.
Come
I'm not
on,
so
dude.
sure.
Oh, it wasn't me. I didn't pick it. Nope.
Is it Tyler?
No.
It might be.
not.
It was also Garrett.
Oh, it was me. I was.
Was it?
Yeah,
I know it was
party in
Garrett.
the
Put on Miley
USA. It's so good, dude.
Okay, I'm Gonna Miss Her by Brad Paisley.
It's country. You know it's not me.
I'm gonna say Blake.
Blake.
I'm also gonna say Blake.
Yeah. The John Denver. That's definitely Blake.
It was Roy, wasn't
It's
it?
Roy.
I was Roy, dude.
All right, so yeah, that was great. Thank you guys. That was fun.
Yeah.
I hope everybody at home guessed correctly. If we have time after this, which of these songs would y'all be willing to cover for the gram? Because we got a bunch of instruments here in the room. We have drum machines, synths, guitars, bass.
The ones that we picked on the.
Yeah, of the ones that you've written
Oh,
down.
Helena. Let's do that.
I don't think I know that
I
song.
don't know that song.
I do.
We'd have to do like country roads. And
Well, if I'm singing it, like, let's go.
I'd have to look up the lyrics, but so long and good night.
See, you do know the
so
song.
long, good night.
Don't lie to me. Say you don't know the song.
No, excuse me. I know exactly what we're playing. Country Roads, Take Me Home by John Denver.
Okay.
We can just do like the chorus. I don't know any of the verses or anything.
We'll get it.
Just like country road.
Awesome.
Take me home.
But no, thank you guys for submitting those, and that was a lot of fun. I forgot to ask this when we were talking about the music, a lot of heavy music. What do you guys tune down to?
We
Negative F.
no. So
Dropped.
this is
Dropped Z.
another thing that was planned when we
got a
created
bone to pick.
this album.
And also, how
was-
many strings are on your guys' guitars? If it's more than 6, I'm judging you.
We have 6.
6.
Oh, okay.
We play Les Pauls.
Okay.
We play drop C sharp tuning and
drop C sharp. Okay.
E flat standard, D sharp standard. Blake calls it.
You just called it C sharp. Why are you
Drop C
Why are you
sharp.
going to E flat?
E flat
It's
standard.
D sharp and C sharp.
This is what we do.
Oh wait, so are you guys tuned differently?
No, it's
It's the same
Are you
tuning.
arguing over
Roy's just,
what?
Roy's just using the wrong
It's
name.
tomato.
yeah. He calls
Okay.
it. He calls
Kinda,
it.
yeah.
He calls it A sharp. I call it B flat. It's one of those things. We tune to D sharp standard and drop C sharp, and then we have 3 songs in drop B,
No, okay.
and we play 6 strings. So
Right on.
Yeah, last minute they changed those 3 songs to B.
It was
for the better.
I'm
B
still
for better.
salty.
People love it.
B for better.
You're allowed to be salty, but they sound so much better in B.
The range.
Okay, so I mean, obviously, you guys just dropped a project. I mean, this will be coming out maybe June, mid to early June.
What?
If I'm this interview? If I'm putting it in the queue.
Okay.
So do you guys have like summer tour plans or any gigs lined up?
In August, Battle Vest.
Oh, Battle Fest. Oh yeah, we're gonna be there too. They
Mm-hmm.
gave us the fucking back bar to.
I'm very
Your
excited for that. I
interviews,
remember
yeah, that's gonna
speaking to
be
you
dope.
about that.
Are you guys gonna have a proper record release show, or was the show you played last night kind of into also?
So, like I mentioned, we took about 4 years to make this whole album
Right.
entirely, with members, finding new members, writing processes, everything. So, in November, we had to make a call to capture the sound we wanted to get for this first album, and we took the first quarter of the year off,
right.
which led to us having some booking issues.
Mm-hmm.
But we wanted to have the album out the first quarter of the year, and we got lined up with that Bewitcher show 4/2. So our goal was to get the album out 4/1 so we could
Oh, okay.
promote and at least get it on Spotify and the digital places.
Yeah.
We are getting physical copy.
Okay, so obviously there'll be shows in the future, but what is next for DEATHNUT?
Shows. We are playing shows. We are going to be planning a tour. Not sure what season or what year we are going to do that, but it is something we are going to leap into. We have been investing some money and time into the future, trying to plan it out well. We want to hit it hard. We want to hit everybody.
Right.
Every city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think our first main goal is on the roadmap is whether it's this year or the start of next year, we want to do at least a week-long tour, maybe 2 weeks, just try to do something.
Yeah.
Right now, I think our biggest thing is networking, building our brand, getting out there.
Yeah.
We're currently in the talks of booking more shows and trying to just, spread the nut. So
Shaking hands, promoting.
Yeah.
We handed out 700 plus flyers for this show.
Oh, nice.
We do a lot of stickers.
Yeah.
Know a lot of people by name. Just try to do it right. Get some fans. Get people to know that they can show up to our shows, have a good time, be themselves.
Yeah.
And show a little bit who we are.
Engagement.
Yeah.
That's
because we want this album in their ears. We want it shared to their friends. We want it everywhere. And yeah, big things are going to happen eventually.
I think
we're working there.
The main focus for this year is continuing to do our good footwork of going out and seeing the other local acts, supporting them, getting our name and our faces out there as DEATHNUT, getting people familiar with who we are, what we bring to the stage, what we want other people to bring to the stage, which is basically just themselves.
Right.
And just have a good time at shows, enjoy the local community and the scene that we have here with everybody that is here, and bringing people from outside of our local area to Ray's, to Emerald, to all these other venues we have here in town.
Yeah.
And just come together and play music. That's what we love to do. That's why we started DEATHNUT.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone who has showed up to our shows. We're very humble and grateful for everyone who has attended our shows, who has bought a shirt, a hat. Every kid that comes to our shows, bring more friends, bring more kids. Show up, start a band, come talk to us.
Yeah. Some local kids told us, what was it, just last night?
They started a band 2 weeks ago. They weren't in a band.
I love that so much.
And they came
that's
with
what it's about.
They came with DEATHNUT shirts and good times. That's all we want. I really care about the scene. I've been in multiple groups, multiple bands, projects. My goal after To Burn a Rose, which was my project that I wanted to burn to the ground, my goal was to form this band. I found all these guys in different times of my life, and our projects was to make this strong presence, a great sounding album, reliable members, everything. And now we just want to get the fans behind us. We got a great support so far. Everyone's responded very well in the scene. Okay.
Along those lines, any shout outs y'all want to give?
We definitely want to shout out Ed Daly
From Tritech.
Yeah.
He was a great man.
Shout out to Chris from Ias Luna. One of the first bands, actually the first band I was ever in, was Bioplague with Chris. And we almost played a show together and it didn't work out with the venue. I still want to play a show with you. I love you. I miss playing with you. You're awesome and your band kicks ass. So shout out to Ias Luna and Chris Del Porto.
Shout out to Eddie Landa. Rest in peace, brother. This album was for you. Hope we do you well.
Shout out to Diodato, friend from high school who introduced me to Garrett and started me on this whole path of me and him being in bands together.
Yeah. So between him and the Nick guy, those two guys have a big hand in putting this.
Shout out to Nick Furrow. I will love you forever.
Sick Nick. Let's go.
All right. Oh,
Can I do one?
Oh, yeah.
One more. We already mentioned them, but I do want to shout out to all the dudes that were in Silver Dollar Circus. I know they've gone their own separate paths, but completely different genres, completely different styles. Doesn't matter though. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have gotten into this. And so I'm just super thankful for those dudes. I hope they're doing good now. Wish they'd come back because I know they'd pull a crowd.
Oh my God, would they kill it,
Dude.
That would be amazing.
all right. How about if y'all could go back, whatever, teenage, little DEATHNUTs, what advice would you give, or words of wisdom? You can't tell them any shit about the future or anything.
Turn your amp up louder.
Oh my God.
Turn it up louder. If your dad says he wants to turn down, he means it's not good enough. Turn it up louder. My dad always told me to turn it up louder, or turn it down when I was doing bad.
No, okay.
And so I turned it up louder so I could learn how to play cleaner. If you
go.
play quiet, you're gonna sound good because you're quiet. You don't hear all your mistakes. Turn it up.
Oh, dude, I had a bass player who was not very confident and would like turn after sound check, go turn their amp down, and the sound guy would like end up turning her up. But I was just like, what do you? Why did you even like put your shoes on, get out of the house, and come on stage to fucking play bass if you're gonna turn your fucking amp down?
And learn all the music you can. Every piece of music will be used in wherever you want to go. We listened to Thundercat, which was the album that got selected for the wall.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys missed. We were not recording, but this band was singing Thundercat.
Yes, that's
Like
common.
harmonizing, singing together. It was beautiful, especially for the hardcore fucking band.
Yeah, form those bands, take those leaps, grab an instrument. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to play, play. Turn your amp up louder.
Yeah, well, get on stage and mess up. It's okay.
Yes.
You know, that's how you get better.
King of the West.
Yeah. I also, with the turn your amp up thing, when I switched to guitar when we were in Taberna Rose,
Yeah.
I practiced a lot completely unplugged, which is like the most drummer thing I could have done.
Exactly.
And then when I plugged in and I tried playing up like our breakdowns, my palm mutes were like non-existent. And yeah, anyway, I had to definitely play with an amp and turn it up.
Oh, of course.
Any advice for young drummers who want a 40-piece kit?
40-piece kit? Hell yeah, get it. It's expensive, but get it. Just pick up a pair of sticks, start playing on whatever you can if you don't have a drum kit.
Yeah.
I don't play drums, and I used to take drumsticks to my pillows and play the whole City of Evil album.
I used to play the pots and pans with the wooden kitchen
spoon?
utensils.
Yeah.
And so I would play the pots and pans. And that was when my mom knew, oh yeah, we should put you in a percussion class.
Oh, right on.
Start getting you on the right path so you're not doing this in the kitchen. But now I do it on my own drum kit, and it sounds awesome. And I love anybody that wants to go do drums. Just grab drumsticks and start going for it.
Remember, if it scares you, it's probably good for you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good piece of advice.
Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone.
I want to thank y'all again for showing up and talking shit with me and sharing your music. This was really fun. So again, Roy, Garrett, Blake, and Tyler from DEATHNUT. The new album, DEATHNUT. Opening song of that album is DEATHNUT. Do not call their bass player a roadie. And yeah, thank you guys for being here.
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank you so
man.
much.
Shout out to the Tri-Cities mixtape.
Shout out.
All right, thank y'all for listening. Good night.
Hey, this is Tyler from DEATHNUT. You're listening to Dirt Nap on the Tri-Cities Mixtape.
human fucking pride. Ain't shit get bent. I'll put your dick in the fucking dirt. Ain't shit get bent. I'll put your dick in the fucking dirt. Ain't shit get bent. Get your feelings hurt. I don't give a shit. Ain't on the worst. Ain't shit get wrecked. Ain't that It's all just